We ended up cutting the trip short because a kid got locked in a cell with one of the inmates? Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever it is you're watching this from, you absolute beauties. Welcome back to another riveting episode of Classroom Horror Stories. I am your host, Tyler Jakowski, and my faith in humanity is willowing away. This episode is an emotional roller coaster. We have teachers just fighting it out in front of the school. We have people locked in jail cells with inmates. It's not good. It's not good. But when it's not good, it's great for you guys.
Stop it.
And it keeps me up at night. But you like that. So whatever. Welcome back. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into some stories. Okay, this story is from somebody named Dylan who lives in Arkansas. I'm still not fully sure why it's not Arkansas.
I am confusion.
But that's for greater minds to figure out, not me. I won't be the one to figure that out. All right, in 9th grade, I had an English teacher. We're going to call him Mr. L. Got it. Mr. L told us in the beginning of the year that he has a severe allergy to bee stings and that if he gets stung by a bee, he could die.
This is your queen? That's a man in woman's clothes.
So it's very important for us to keep the windows closed. That feels fair. That feels fair. What we didn't know about Mr. L is that he also doesn't believe in air conditioning. That could potentially be a problem. Yeah.
I'm not going to judge your journey.
Toward the end of the school year, it was starting to get incredibly hot outside, and Arkansas can get incredibly hot too. The inside of the classroom was 101 degrees. I mean, that's got to be illegal, right? Like, well, you got kids fainting and you're just like, this is how you do things? When Mr. L walked into the hallway to talk to another teacher, another student in the class decided to get up and open the window to try to let in some air. They can't get you like a fan, like anything. We didn't notice that a bee had gotten into the classroom.
You like jazz?
And before he got back in, we shut the door. Oh, this is crazy. While he was teaching his lesson, he heard the bee up against the wall. It must have ran into the wall and made a little thud. That sounds like a hefty bee.
So you'll just work us to death?
We'll sure try.
Like, to make a thud in the classroom? Like, you're just reading a book and it's just... That's not like a little bee. That's not even like a bumblebee. That's like a pterodactyl. When Mr. L saw the bee, he absolutely panicked. He started screaming, "Who opened the window? Who opened the window? You're all trying to kill me." Okay, let's jump straight to conclusions. All right. In his panic, he picked up his desk chair and threw it at the window. Okay, make it make sense. You're worried about bees.
What life? You have no life. You have no job. You're barely a bee.
You think you have the tactical accuracy to kill one singular bee with a desk chair. No, that just doesn't make sense at all. The chair, oh my God. The chair smashed into the window, cracking it, and eventually breaking the window open. What came next seemed to be an act of God. Sweet Jesus. Apparently, the window that he broke had an entire beehive at the top of it, and the shattered glass startled the beehive, and hundreds of bees came into the classroom. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is like throwing me back to that movie My Girl. Did you ever watch that movie My Girl? If you have, you've seen too much already. If you have not seen the movie My Girl, honestly, maybe don't even subject yourself to it because it is like the saddest movie I've ever seen in my whole life. But I fear that this guy might have wanted to be an acrobat. Mr. L was stung hundreds of times, but had no reaction. The plot thickens. So he was lying about being allergic to bees since the beginning of the year? I don't think that makes a lot of sense. What? He never let us talk about the situation in the class ever again. He barely kept his job, but we all refer to it as B-Gate. Oh my God. We all refer to it as B-Gate to one another, and we laugh every time we think about it. I mean, listen, if you literally have some type of allergy or disease that your students need to know about, tell them. But don't lie for the sake of making it seem more of a dramatic situation than it is. That's just stupid. Okay, well, thank you for writing in. Let's do another one.
Here we go again.
All right, let's bounce into the next one. This one is from Leah. Hi, Mr. J. I'm Leah from Ireland. From Ireland? Hell yeah! I friggin' love Ireland. I love Irish people. I love Irish people in Ireland, especially because I found out very quickly that they love Americans. I had a layover in Ireland for like 6 hours and I went down to downtown Dublin. I went into a bar because what else are you gonna do? And I sat down and I had like obviously all of these Irish people around me. And when they found out that I was American, they immediately bought me round after round after round of Guinness and Jameson and all this. I couldn't tell you anything about the second half of that day. The fact that I made my flight after is bonkers. I'm Leah from Ireland. I hope you read this. I love your series. Thank you. I appreciate that. So when I was in secondary school, which is high school for you, I had asthma. It has since died down, but I got to skip running and such when I was in PE. All the teachers knew this, and one day our secretary had to coach PE. The secretary of the school taught gym? Like the main office lady taught gym? That doesn't feel like a good combination. We were never told why, but I just figured our regular coach was sick or something. That day, our secretary, we'll call her Miss O, said that we were starting with laps around the gym hall. As I normally did, I sat on the bleachers with a book, and Miss O went crazy. Her face turned red, and she looked like she was ready to fight. Okay. Let's put aside the fact that you have asthma and like this is something that you know you need to do. Can you imagine any normal student who like might not have asthma or anything just sitting down during this? And the teacher, not just the teacher, the school secretary is ready to throw hands with you. What is happening here? I don't understand why she's so hyped up so quickly. That feels really unnecessary. I don't know. It's a lot to do at a gym class. As I normally said, I sat on the bleachers with a book and Miss O went crazy. Her face was red and she looked like she was ready to fight. She stormed over to me and started screaming at me for being too lazy to run.
What do you mean by that?
I reminded her that I had asthma and couldn't run, but oh no, that wasn't good enough. I was forced to run and, as predicted, I couldn't breathe. She forced you to run and you had an asthma attack? Isn't that like attempted manslaughter at that point? Couldn't you go to prison for like the rest of her life if you died? She said I could go get my inhaler, but it was empty. Again, she screamed at me for being unprepared. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Rather than the unpreparedness, let's make sure that the student doesn't die. Can we do that? And she got me a spare from the first aid kit. You're making this fuss. Okay. I was then suspended for 3 reasons. 1, being rude and unwilling to participate in gym. 2, leaving the gym hall without permission from the secretary. I left to report her. And punching the teacher in the face, giving her a bloody nose.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay. Leah, my love, my friend, you gotta give us this context because it sounds like you got suspended because you didn't want to run because you had asthma, because you couldn't run. You got suspended because you punched a teacher in the face and gave her a bloody nose. You gotta start with that because I'm not so sure you would have gotten suspended just for the running situation. If anything, you would have gotten her in a lot of trouble if you hadn't punched her in the nose. She told me I'll regret it, but my parents would, quote, handle me. What? I got ice cream that day. I hope this was crazy enough for you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I want my future children to be able to stand up for themselves. And especially if it's a medical situation, I want them to especially be able to stand up for themselves. But you gotta be real here. It sounds like you tried to leave to report her to the front desk and you punched her in the face.
Stop it.
Giving her a bloody nose. That's like kind of always not a good thing, but I think I understand some of your upset in this situation. All right, let's do another one.
Here we go again.
All right, let's read another one. This one is from Daniel, who lives in South Africa. Sick. I love this. Okay. All right. Hello, Mr. J. I love this series. Please add me on to episode 24. You're going to love this. You're on it. When I was in 8th grade, we were towards the end of the school year and we were having sort of like a field day you would call in America. Got it. One of the events that my school held was a teacher-on-teacher basketball game. Okay. We had 2 teachers who claimed that they were really, really skilled basketball players.
You gotta be kidding me!
One was the gym teacher, and the other was the English teacher. They were both hyper-masculine men. They were playing on a team with 3 other teachers, and all the students were in a crowd, playing a little 4-on-4 in front of the school. That's kind of crazy. Okay. As you could imagine, the English teacher and the gym teacher were guarding each other. As the game started, they both began playing incredibly aggressively, shoving into each other, pushing, even throwing elbows at each other as they played. Jesus Christ, it's like a Kobe Jordan situation in front of the entire school. As the game went on, it got more and more tense. At the end of the game, the English teacher hit the winning shot and immediately jumped in the gym teacher's face, calling him every name you can think of. It seemed like they forgot that they had kids in the crowd because they were fully swearing in front of each other. The gym teacher punched the English teacher in the face. And we proceeded to watch our English teacher and gym teachers fight in front of the entire school for over 3 minutes. You're telling me that these 2 grown men fist fought in front of the entire school for 3 minutes? Wait, side note, there was no one in the school who could have broken it up. These were like the 2 most able people that could kill each other. I don't know. I would have started placing bets. And you'd be surprised. There are some English teachers who have some anger in them, but gym teachers are also insane every now and again. I'd probably put my money on the gym teacher. Gym teachers, you got nothing to lose. Again, thank you for reading. I hope this makes it on to episode 24. You're my favorite orange thing.
That's a woman.
Thank you for writing it. Next. All right. This one looks like a doozy. This one was sent in from Gamma. Hi, Mr. J. So I've been watching your horror series, so I figured I would share mine as well. As I'm becoming a teacher myself, congratulations. Make sure that you take time to care for yourself. This takes place in a classroom, but outside the school also, so enjoy, I guess. Okay, so for our last year of school, the middle schoolers had a surprise field trip. The teachers hyped it up for months, saying it was going to be the best one ever. So of course, we were excited and we were bragging. The day of the trip, our teacher sat us down and gave us rules, like no touching anything we aren't supposed to, and no looking at anyone we don't know, or don't talk to anyone who tries to talk to us.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
What? If your rules are don't look at anyone and don't talk to anyone who tries to talk to us, who is the worry here? And why are they actively trying to talk to a group of kids? I feel like this is like a really risky trip. Wait a minute. So we finally head off to the trip and we stop at a courthouse. Side note, I'm from Louisiana and we have a haunted courthouse where a woman was fried to death in the electric chair. Why do they do it in the courthouse? Is that a thing? Is that where they do it? No. So we explore the courthouse and it wasn't too bad.
Stop. What do you mean by that?
Wait, no, I'm not done here. You brought them to a haunted courthouse? What, so they can bring back some poltergeist for their family? That's insane. Okay, well, let's keep going. So we explore the courthouse and it wasn't too bad until one of our teachers said, now the next location. So we get on the bus and head to the next stop, which happened to be a prison.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
What? Yes, a prison with inmates in the cells. Oh boy. I've seen this trip happen in high school in like a senior criminal justice class.
Let's go, move!
But not middle school. God, it's like scared straight, but you don't have a choice. Also, how did the kids not know that they were going to a jail? Shouldn't that have been like detailed in the little permission slip so that parents could be like, no, we don't want our kids to get punched through a jail cell by a convict?
Oh, great heavens!
We had to get scanned and walk through metal detectors. After that, we finally went to explore the prison and we walked by the cells and the inmates had their hands out trying to touch us and yell at us. Some succeeded in touching us.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? You didn't go into detail at all. What do you mean they succeeded in touching you? Did they punch you in the forehead? They brought us in the lunchroom where there were more inmates. Then a teacher says, okay, kids, go look around for yourselves and have fun.
A world of pure imagination.
Wait a minute. They left us to hang out with the prisoners in the lunchroom? Okay.
Don't call my Chester whenever I tell you.
Listen, if your rules at the start of this trip were no touching anything we weren't supposed to, don't look at anyone we don't know, and don't talk to anyone who tries to talk to us, and you bring them to the lunchroom of a prison where there are inmates in the lunchroom and just tell them, have fun?
I'm in danger.
What's the point of the rules? You're going against like the one thing that you really just should not do. This is bonkers. We ended up cutting the trip short because a kid got locked in a cell with one of the inmates?
Wait, what? No! Haley, let me out! Alexa, lights open the Cadillac!
Why won't you explain anymore? Why was he in the cell? What happened? Is the kid alive? That's not good, Gamma. That's not good. I don't remember a lot of our trips, but that's one I'll never forget. Yeah, imagine being the kid who got locked in the cell. Oh, the trauma. Oh my God. That is mental. I wish you took 2 minutes to explain certain parts of this. I needed to know what you meant when they said some of them succeeded in touching us. What does that mean? What does that mean? And then you cut the trip short because a kid got locked in the cell with an inmate. Cliffhanger. Nothing else. You're leaving me with that? Oh, that is an absolute nightmare. Oh my God. Okay, well, thank you for writing in, I think. This was fun. I'm gonna call this fun. I'm gonna say that this was fun. I don't know if it was fun. These were horrific. Well, you guys could be anywhere, but you're here, and that's pretty cool. I appreciate you guys for joining episode 24 of Classroom Horror Stories. God, let me know in the comments if you want episode 25. Send this to some people who need some more trauma in their lives, because why not share, you know? No, I love you all. I'll see you in episode 25. Bye.